In 1958, a 48-year-old man in Osaka built a small wooden shed in his backyard. He spent an entire year in that shed, trying to figure out how to make noodles last on a shelf without refrigeration. He failed hundreds of times. Then one day, he watched his wife frying tempura. The batter hit the oil and puffed up, full of tiny holes. He realized, if you flash fry noodles, the moisture evaporates, leaving a network of microscopic pores. Add hot water later, and those pores absorb it instantly. That man was Momofuku Ando, and the product he made in that shed, Chicken Ramen, became the foundation of an industry that now feeds over 100 billion servings a year. This is the story of how a cup of noodles became one of the most consumed products in human history, and it starts with a Japan that most people have forgotten. In 1958, Japan was still rebuilding. The war had ended 13 years earlier, but food security was fragile. The government was pushing bread and wheat, American surplus wheat, supplied as part of post-war aid. Officials told the public, "Eat bread." Ando thought that was wrong. Japanese people eat noodles, he argued. Why not find a way to make noodles convenient? So he set 3 rules for himself. The product had to be tasty, it had to be cheap, it had to last without refrigeration, and it had to be ready in minutes. Chicken Ramen launched at 35 yen, about 6 times the cost of fresh udon at the time. Retailers called it too expensive, but it sold out because it offered something no other food product could: a hot meal from a packet in 3 minutes. No cooking skill required. Within a year, Ando had competitors. Dozens of companies started copying the flash frying technique. The instant noodle market exploded across Japan. But the product that changed the world wasn't Chicken Ramen. It was something Ando invented 13 years later. In 1966, Ando traveled to the United States to pitch instant noodles to American grocery buyers. He watched as supermarket managers broke the noodle blocks apart, put them in paper cups, poured hot water in, and ate them with forks. Americans didn't have ramen bowls. They didn't have chopsticks. The packaging was wrong for the market. Ando went home and spent 5 years redesigning the product from the container out. The result was Cup Noodle, launched in 1971. A waterproof polystyrene cup with a peel-back lid. Noodles, freeze-dried shrimp, egg, and seasoning, all inside. Just add boiling water and wait 3 minutes. The engineering was deceptively clever. The noodles don't sit at the bottom of the cup. They're suspended in the middle. Ando called it mid-suspension. It means hot water flows around the noodles evenly, and the cup doesn't burn your hand because there's an air gap at the base. But having a great product wasn't enough. Cup Noodle needed a moment. It got one on February 28, 1972. A group of radical leftists from the United Red Army barricaded themselves inside a mountain lodge in Nagano Prefecture. Police surrounded the building. The standoff lasted 10 days. Television cameras broadcast the siege live, one of the first major live broadcast events in Japanese TV history. In the freezing February cold, the cameras captured something unexpected. Hundreds of riot police eating cup noodle, standing in the snow, steam rising from the cups, waiting for the standoff to end. Over 90% of Japanese households were watching, and they all saw the same thing. Hot food, in a cup, no kitchen required, in the worst conditions imaginable. Cup noodle sales exploded. The Osama Sanso incident, as it came to be known, was the most effective product demonstration in the history of food marketing. And it was completely unplanned. After that, Ando went global. The strategy was counterintuitive. Don't export the Japanese version. Instead, localize everything. In India, cup noodles are curry-flavored and vegetarian. In Brazil, they come in flavors like feijoada, black bean stew. In Indonesia, the dominant brand, Indomie, took the instant noodle format and made it its own. In South Korea, the spicy ramyeon market exploded into its own cultural phenomenon, driven partly by military rations and partly by the country's love of fermented chili. Every market got a different flavor, a different spice level, sometimes a different name. The format stayed, the identity changed. Today, the World Instant Noodles Association, yes, that exists, reports that over 120 billion servings of instant noodles are consumed globally every year. China eats the most, over 40 billion servings a year. Indonesia is second, India third. Japan, the country that invented them, is fourth. The combined global market is worth more than $50 billion, a product that started in a backyard shed. Momofuku Ando never stopped. At the age of 91, he told his engineers he wanted instant noodles that could be eaten in space. They developed a vacuum-sealed, zero-gravity-compatible version called Space Ram. In 2005, Japanese astronaut Soichi Noguchi ate it aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery. Ando watched the broadcast from the ground. He died 2 years later, at 96, still serving as